If your website is getting visitors, but nobody is joining your offer straight from your website, the problem is not your offer. So before you run away and create another one, I can tell you that there's nothing wrong with your offer. It's your offer copy that's not saying what people want to hear. And I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. Many websites that I see from one industry to the next, they look like one another. So basically, your website sounds like everybody else's in your industry. Being an expert doesn't make you good at explaining your work, especially on your website, because you can be good face to face in a conversation because you can gauge the other person's facial expression, they can ask you a question, etc. But your website doesn't get the chance to do that, right? So your website should be explaining your work to a stranger who has no idea who you are, what you're doing exactly. And it's okay, you've spent years learning your job, you didn't learn how to write copy. You're not supposed to guess how to do that, which is why I'm making this video. The second reason why your website sounds like everyone else's, it's because most business owners default to professional jargon and vague promises because it's the expert syndrome. You know what you do, you know what you help your clients get, but explaining it in a very specific way is another story. And when you use professional terms, like if you're a vet, you use medical terms. If you're a therapist, you use words that you would use with your peers, but your clients don't have a clue about that because they didn't study what you studied. So this creates distance with people. They don't really feel that you're talking to them, even if you are talking to their problem. It's not speaking to them in a way that makes them feel, oh yes, that's exactly what I'm going through. I need to book a session because they're going to help me solve my problem. And the third reason why your website sounds like everyone else's is your personality is missing from your copy. And you could say this is a direct consequence of the previous point about using professional jargon, vague promises. But people who don't know you, they need to feel why you're the one they should hire. So they need to see that you're standing out from, maybe they've visited other websites before, and they need to see your personality so that you can differentiate yourself from what's on the market. And how you do that is simply by using terms or speaking on your website like you would speak to a friend or a client that you're interacting with, without the jargon, obviously. So even though your website has copy written, it's failing because, like I was saying, otherwise people would be booking. So here are three reasons why your messaging fails. The first reason is that you are too close to your work. You assume people understand because it's so obvious to you. You just write, but without realizing that people don't necessarily know what's wrong with them, what the issue they're facing. They have the symptoms, but they don't necessarily have words for those symptoms. And sometimes they think they need something else to solve their problem, but actually they need your solution, if that makes sense. Let's say in my case, people have a website, but it's not bringing clients. So they think they need to go on social media, even if they hate it. But in reality, if they would fix their website copy and make it so that it sells, but of course, before selling, it needs to be found, then that's the core problem. So think about the problem that you're solving for your clients and what they think they need versus what they need. Okay? So you're going to be talking to those symptoms. So you shift their beliefs. When they look for a solution and they land on your website, they will be like, oh, that's what I'm going through. This is actually what I need. I thought I needed something else. Maybe they had no idea what they needed. So this is the first point, being too close to your work. Second reason why your messaging fails, you're trying to appeal to everyone, meaning you're using broad language that doesn't speak to people. So broad language, you're not targeting your people, your ideal client in your message. So even if you're talking to people, they're not getting that it's for them. It's, for example, if I was just talking about messaging or marketing message, it can be social media marketing message, it can be for product-based businesses or for service-based businesses. And those three are totally different. I help service providers. So in my messaging, I'm going to make sure service providers are included, feel included. I'm going to speak to their daily problem. Like when I started this video, I was saying your website is getting visitors, but people are not booking your offer immediately from it. I didn't say people aren't buying your product or your messaging is not landing, because that would have been broad. That could have been social media. So I was specific. That's how you knew it was for you. And the third reason is, once again, using vague language instead of the words your client actually use. So it's slightly different from what I was saying. It's tied to it. So it's vague language and jargon. But here in this case, I'm talking about, you don't want to confuse people with terms they don't understand. You want to be specific, like I was just saying, but also use their words. If you're a vet and your clients are saying, my dog is limping, I don't know what's wrong, can you take a look? But if you say orthopedic diagnosis, you're talking about the same thing, but not everybody knows what orthopedic diagnosis is going to be meaning, just for an example. Same if you're a therapist, you're going to be using words like cognitive therapy, for example. Not everyone knows what it is. So while you are solving their problem, they're not realizing this. So what are your clients, your prospects asking you? What are the questions they're coming with? What are the words they are using when they come to you? Use these words. This is where the money is. So now that we've seen why your website sounds like everybody else's and the 3 reasons your messaging fails on your website, I'm going to give you my 4W questions that your website needs to answer straight away when someone lands on any of your pages. They need to see answers to those 4W questions. So question number 1 is what you do. In plain language, no technical terms, what you do. Who you do it for. That's the second W, who you do it for. Specific problem, not a diagnosis, just very specific audience. Like I was saying, for me, it's service business owners who want to improve their website, basically. The third W is why they should care. So you're going to be talking about the result, not the process. Yes, the process matters, but don't lead with that. People buy solutions, buy results, not how they're going to go there. You are part of the how. That's your unique method. So of course it's important, but when someone doesn't know you at all, they don't really care about that straight away. They just want to see if you are getting their problem and if you can provide results. And the 4W is what? What step to take next? A clear call to action, book your free strategy call, walk away with a clear plan to improve your website, whether we work together or not. That's a clear next step. So they're going to be clicking the button. They know what's going to happen after. Not more info. This is too vague. Okay? clear call to action. This is basically how you make your offer copy pre-sell or sell directly for you if you have an online booking system. If you want to stop guessing what to write on your website and learn how to write copy that brings in clients on repeat, and of course, making your website found, check out Sold Out SEO. It's my 6-month program where you will learn how to write clear, client attracting website copy, optimize your website so the right people find you on Google when they need, even at 2 a.m. when they cannot sleep because they have that problem that's bugging them. And you don't have to rely on social media. The link is in the description below. And if you found this helpful, share it with your business bestie who needs to hear this. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.